Identify the inlet valve, service riser. Identify house line and inspection tag. Pick up the crescent wrench. Unscrew the plug from the riser stopcock. Note: always use a backup wrench whenever removing or installing fittings or pipe for better leverage. During the experience you may find that the holograms sometimes get in the way. You can use voice commands to hide or show the holograms at any time. State, hide, and show, to hide, show accordingly. Finish removing plug from riser stopcock by hand. Place plug on the ground to the right. Pick up the 2.5 nipple. Note: make sure you use the lithium grease, pipe dope on both ends of the nipple before screwing it in. This is necessary for all nipples, etc. Screw the nipple into the riser by hand until it is hand tight. Pick up the small pipe wrench and hold with your left hand. If you are not familiar with using a pipe wrench, please watch the tutorial video. Note: when using pipe wrenches on nipples, be careful that you do not grip the threads. Pick up the large pipe wrench and hold it with your right hand. Hold the riser with the large pipe wrench and use the small pipe wrench to tighten the nipple 1/2 to 3/4 turn beyond hand tight. Pick up the regulator. Dot. Check that the arrow on the regulator is pointing up. This indicates the direction of flow. Screw in the regulator to the nipple by hand. Pick up the 2 pipe wrenches. Hold the nipple with the small pipe wrench and use the large pipe wrench to tighten the regulator. Tighten the regulator such that it points straight toward the wall. Pick up the 180-degree loop. Screw in the 180-degree loop to the regulator by hand. Pick up the 2 pipe wrenches. Hold the regulator with the large pipe wrench and use the small. The 180-degree loop placement should look like this from a bird's eye view. Hold the regulator with the large pipe wrench and use the small pipe wrench to tighten the 180-degree loop such that it points 45 degrees away from the regulator. The 180-degree loop placement should look like this from a bird's eye view. Pick up the swivel nut. Slide the swivel nut, text facing up, onto the 180-degree loop all the way so that it rests on the regulator. Text facing down. Pick up the straight insulator swivel. Check to make sure the gasket is in place. Screw the straight insulator swivel onto the 180-degree loop, with the gasket facing down, by hand until hand tight. Pick up the 2 pipe wrenches. Hold the 180-degree loop with the large pipe wrench and use the small pipe wrench to tighten the straight insulator swivel an additional 1/2 to 3/4 turn beyond hand tight. Pick up the meter. Note: always make sure to apply lithium grease to the meter fittings. Hold the meter and line it up with the straight insulator swivel. Make sure the gasket is in place. While holding the meter, slide the swivel nut down the 180-degree loop, and screw it onto the meter by hand. Hand tight only at this time. This completes the module.